Welcome to Cast and Blast Aoudad Docuseries. This docuseries is going to track my progress from formulating the idea of the hunt to actually executing it with success, hopefully. But the true success will be the hunt itself and being able to put together all the parts that go into it, the strategy. I'm looking forward to the challenge as well as potential success. The rest of this video is going to be following me as I research the lake itself and the state regulations and the federal regulations that are in place that I'll have to figure out and navigate through to be able to legally go and hunt these animals. So I hope you enjoy it. All right, as promised, we're gonna start the adventure now and work on looking at how I started to plan a trip to hunt Aoudad. Lake Amistad. Oh, Amistad. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we're just going to start by looking at the lake, okay? Amistad National Recreation Area, okay? Let's see. Let's get this one there. All right, look at that. It's a gorgeous place. If you've never been to Texas or anywhere around the border or anywhere in the Southwest, I mean, it's gorgeous down there. Anyway, so looking at this is, I don't know where this is on the lake, and I don't know what level. I know the lake it fluctuates a good bit. It's a huge lake, apparently. Apparently with, a 15-mile-an-hour wind, you might get 3 and 4 foot waves out on the big water, which is, hard to do with some boats. You got to have a big enough boat to take care of that. There's not a lot of big lakes like that around here. Maybe Lake Marion down in the lower part of the state, and then Hartwell, not Joe Cassie. I mean, Kiowee might be that big. You don't get that big a sea. There's parts of it that you might get something that big. Got all kinds of stuff to do down there. But let's find hunting. Okay, click here for more information. So we're gonna do that. Look in here. So the first thing you have to do, I found out, is you have to apply for a permit to use the areas at the lake. Now, what that means is, and it's not a draw, or it's not really even an application. You fill this out, you pay. You can pay online. There's different ways that you can do it. I'm going to leave these. I'm going to scroll down and have these options over there. But one of them you can pay online. You fill out online, and then they send you the form. You can do it by mail, or you can do it in person. Now, I'm going to do it in person. We're actually leaving Saturday to go do some scouting and actually hunt in Texas, in Midland. So we're going to hunt a little bit, and we're going to do a 2-day trip down to Amistad to actually scout and look at this property. So stay tuned. By the weekend, we should have some video of that, feet on the ground and doing it. So it's $20 to get your permit. Now, you do have some state licensing that you're going to have to take care of, but we'll look at that in a little while. So this is where I started. I started looking at this. All right. Now, looking at the regulations, here we go. Here's the map of the hunt area. So here are the divided out the areas. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. From what I understand, now this is just me doing the research I've done. 4, now I know 4 is accessible by boat only. The rest are boat, and there's some alternate accesses. And this is the area where the Aoudads are. I think there's been some here. Mostly most of these areas is from what I understand, this is predominantly whitetail hunting. You get over here, and I think there's some whitetail and maybe mouflon sheep in Area 5, but Audads are basically secluded to Area 4, from what I understand, like I said. Let's check out the regulations, see what that looks like. Hunting regulations. Now, this is cool. Like I said, there's a late season antlerless, so you can hunt through the 17th of January for bucks, whitetail bucks. You can hunt through the 31st for antlerless, so just does. And then, so here's your February 28th. So we can hunt through the end of February going after these exotics. Mouflon sheep, aoudad, black buck, axis deer, and then feral hogs. Read through these. There's some waterfowl. There's javelina. So through February 28th. So while we're there, if we see a javelina we want to take, we can shoot a javelina. But there's this is a lot of reading to do there. Okay, so let's put a little bit of time in here on hunt area 4. 430 acres, and it's got the different acreages at different lake levels. So let's check the lake level right now, if it'll show us. Okay, lake level is at 1072.93. So at 1072, which is closest to this, we're going to have about 563 acres that we can hunt. So I'm excited. I think it's going to be cool. Devil's River, San Pedro Canyon. There is right there, Spur 454. We need to do a little research there. But anyway, this is where I found this out. So at that point, I went to look at the Texas. I'll figure out what I need to do. Texas license connection, Texas. No, I don't want that. Texas wildlife. Don't make fun of my Texas Park and Wildlife Department. Okay. So figure it out, right? There's a couple guys hunting. All right, hunting license. Hunting. Let's just start. Oh, buy a license. Here we go. Let's start with buy a license, right? You got to purchase. It sends you to a different. It actually sends you to a different website, which is okay. If you get there, that's actually how it happens. We're gonna go to purchase items. So I blocked out this personal information just because I want you to see what you're going to need to get. You're going to need to get the general non-resident hunting, and then you're also going to want to get an archery hunting endorsement. So general non-resident hunting, 350 or 315. Now, what that gets you, if you can go anywhere else in Texas, or if you can hunt one of these other areas down here, you get 6 different whitetails, 2 mule deer, 4 turkeys. So there's a lot that comes with that. But the archery endorsement is key for hunting at Amstead because it's bow only and no crossbows. Forgot to mention that earlier. Anyway, so 315, 7 is 322, and 20 makes it 342. So you're at 342 right now. Now the next thing you're going to have to do that I had to do, now some people may not have to do it, but you may have to. Now, Hunter Ed. This is the website I used. There are a lot of them, and this one was really cool. They had great videos. It was easy to use. You could look at the whole course, and then without paying for it. Okay, so you can look at the whole course and watch the whole thing before you pay for it. You can pay for it, then you get practice tests throughout the whole thing at each unit, and then you take your test. And you can do it while it's fresh on your mind, and it's just super easy. Super easy. So, do you need the Texas hunting education? That is that's the biggest question everybody has. September 2nd, 1971. So, if you were born after September 2nd, 1971, yes, you need the course. If you were born September 1st or earlier, you do not. Very simple, cut and dry. Anyway, 4 to 6 hours. It doesn't. You can do that quicker. If you have never hunted, it's an awesome course. Like a lot of the stuff they teach, I mean, they teach you great stuff on this course. I highly recommend it. If you have hunted all your life, you're going to zoom through this thing, and it's going to be pretty simple. But even me, I learned a few things on there. So it's pretty cool. You don't have to complete the course all at once. You can log out, log in. It's actually really, really cool course. So again, that's hunter-ed.com. Okay, now we're going to close this out if we can. All right. So that was the initial process. So I looked at it, I was like, oh, I got a $20 permit, I got to buy my license, I got to do this. So it's achievable. It's not cheap, and it's not exorbitant, and you're not paying $25,000 or $2,500, sorry, to go hunt aoudad at a ranch and shoot them off of a corn feeder. Now, for some people, that may be what you want to do, and there's nothing wrong with that. For me, what I want to do is go and see how hard it is. My father-in-law, I talked to him day before yesterday, and he said, this is almost a direct quote. Now, it's different than you've ever hunted. He said, even hunting my place with the mesquites and being in West Texas, it's way different. It's rough country. There's rocks. There's some kind of tree that makes a mesquite bush look like a flower, and there's some kind of plants that grow on the ground that make poison ivy look like, honeysuckle. So basically, he's, it's tough hunting, and it's a hard terrain, and they're a wary animal, and they travel a lot, and they travel in groups, so it's hard to pick them apart. You get this, you get a lot of eyes on you. But part of that for me is wanting to see if I can do it. And, I love hunting. I've grown up hunting, and I've hunted here all my life, and I want to try to hunt some different parts of the country. And this is the next one on the list. So it's a personal challenge to me, and it's going to be a really cathartic thing to get out there and do it. So I'm really excited about that. On the next video, we're going to be looking at the aoudad sheep and kind of basically the travel patterns, habits, how to scout it, how to hunt it, and everything about aoudad, because that was the next step. You're going to hunt something new, you're going to hunt something different. Learn what you're hunting and go after it, and do your research so that you can do it proficiently. So anyway, that'll be the next video. Hope you enjoyed this. Again, subscribe and click the little bell so that you get notified of these coming out. Like I said, I'm going to try to get out 2 a week at the very least, hopefully. So they'll be a little shorter than this first one, but we're gonna do our best to get it out every 2 or 3 days. And comment, like, if you hunt Texas and you hunt that area, I would love to have some tips. Tell me how I'm getting it wrong. I would love to hear that. I'm not above changing my tactics or changing my plans and giving it a different look at least. So comment, subscribe, and we really appreciate all the feedback at Cast and Blast. Anyway, I will talk to you guys on the next installment of the Cast and Blast Aoudad Docuseries coming up in a couple days. Cast and Blast out. And comment, like, if you hunt Texas and you hunt that area, I would love to have some tips. Tell me how I'm getting it wrong. I would love to hear that. I'm not above changing my tactics or changing my plans and giving it a different look at least. So comment, subscribe, and we really appreciate all the feedback at Cast and Blast. Anyway, I will talk to you guys on the next installment of the Cast and Blast Aoudad Docuseries coming up in a couple days. Cast and blast out.